I'm Diana Olifirova. I'm a cinematographer and an artist.
3, 2, 1, action.
So this film, I came up with an idea about 3 artists, and it was called In. That kind of like abstract name, which means a lot of things for me and for these characters. You kind of coming into their mind and also zooming in. So Canon helped to zoom in to these characters. I was thinking about how to make the most variety in the film using the zooms and how you can construct the vision from either using the zoom in the shot or not using the zoom and making it very deliberately static, and also using different ends of the zoom and using different setups with lighting and things like that. So for me, it was very important to have 3 distinctive kind of chapters of the film and 3 distinctive looks. So I've been using Canon Super 35mm Flex Zooms, 14 to 35 and 31.5 to 95 T1.7. For the first character, we did a very slow zoom. For the second character, we did much more pacier, zooms in and out, and the third character was just a static way of using the lens, so just static shots, a bit more Dutch compositions, just to make it a little bit different. "14 to 35 was amazing. Like, I love the widest bit of it. Usually, I often come across zooms that go to 18 max and they don't go that wide, but having that extra bit, you see so much more, and it's just very inspiring to have that really wide for moving shots around the city. You know, I did that one portrait in the third artist, and she was really close to the lens. That was beautiful to see that you can use that. So 14 to 35 is really nice, experimental and classical end for me. "31.5 to 95 was really good range for, you know, capturing documentary shots far away, getting the pickups of things, and also going really close for the eyes and details and things like that. So yeah, I think I was really well covered there. I didn't really need any more. I really wanted to explore the flare. For me, it was really important to see that because I use flares a lot creatively as well. It was a very nice organic look and beautiful color as well, and skin tones. So I just wanted to test all those things and see how they perform. As well, it was really pleasant to see the wide open quality, the bokeh, and the smooth focus roll off. It also showcased there's a minimal focus breathing when you change the focus from foreground to background. Also, we used different filters. So for the interior scenes on the first character, when I had the moody Dahlia character, we had glimmer glass filter because I wanted to soften the face a little bit, and I just felt like it feels right in this scene. And then for the second scene with the flares, I wanted to go a bit more stronger, so I got the smoke filter, which very interestingly brings kind of a rainbow effect to the flare. The third scene, I had no filters because there was already so much going on with the smoke and lighting and colors. I felt like we just want to go crisp and sharp here, especially because she's going on and off focus anyway. That's kind of like we have enough in the action, so I didn't need anything else. And then for the street days, we had no filters as well, and it looked great. Skin tones are great. I feel like the first scene was a bit warmer in general, and the warmth of the lenses helped it as well. Second scene was much more naturalistic, was much more high key lighting, so that was also nice to see. Very natural, very soft skin color. The third scene, because we were completely different colors, it was interesting to see how the lenses pick up different colors and how everything transitions, because we had a lot of dynamic lighting going on, and it was still really well refined. The skin color in that scene is all over the place, but it's because that wasn't the intention, and I think it really complements the lens anyway. I use zooms quite a lot actually, and I like them for the creative use of the zoom in terms of zooming in and zooming out. I find that this is kind of beautiful language that you can tell this so much more to the character. Of course, it's much more versatile when you're shooting documentary. You can just zoom in and out, find good compositions very fast. You don't need to change any lenses. And the problem usually, because the zoom had to be lightweight and also have good quality glass, and the T-stop will become 4 or 5, 6, the widest. And usually the zooms are missing that wide open bit for depth of field. For me, that was always a big deal. So it's nice to have lenses with the 1.7 T-stop. They're quite light, 3.5 kilos, so you can easily kind of walk around with them, as well as, use it in a studio setup. Very well balanced to the camera. Capturing the metadata from the lens also helps. You usually have someone doing notes on set, but sometimes it's even on this shoot, I would turn over sometimes in between the shots, because I would feel like something interesting comes up, and without having that metadata, nobody would know what's going on, and then they would lose the notes. So this is very useful to have. And of course, if you want to do something heavy in post, you want to know what was the iris, what was the ND level, what was the white balance, and things like that. So we've used Alexa 35, one of the newest cameras for the artist day, the interior setups. Then we used Canon C300 Mark III for the day of being in the city, and that was also very nice because much smaller setup, much more run and gun. For the third day, when I did time lapse and some night shoots, I shot on C70 with the zoom lens, and I did lots of bokeh and off-focus moments. It's good to have ability to be versatile with different mounts for lenses. So these lenses, these zooms can adapt to PL, EF, and Super 35 and full frame and anything in between. When there's many cameras and it's all kind of chaotic with formats, it's really important to have something consistent, and I think the lens is the key. I am really enjoying coming up with ideas that I can explore the visual language and also visual things like lighting and lenses and technology. So creating this film was just another stepping stone for me to, explore and develop my skills better and just push the boundaries. And I really enjoy doing that. So for me, this is a very exciting opportunity to see things that you try and play with, and then something new comes out and it can become something more for other people as well. And audience, I'm really excited to see how they perceive it and what can come out of it.